Hello and welcome to Darius Comic School, and today we take a look at a very cool artist and an artist I think which doesn't get the credit it maybe deserves, and the creator and artist we talk about today is Steve Epting, someone I didn't like from the beginning. I was kind of skeptical, and I started collecting comics in the era of the Age of Apocalypse, and so I was kind of spoiled from Adam Kubert and Dan Green on the inks, and I was very much a Joe Madureira fan, and I liked Andy Kubert and what else? Yes, I mean, there were a lot of people back then, and we have the Jim Lees and the Todd McFarlanes and Rob Liefelds and so on. But in this episode, I will show you the true magic of Steve Epting. This is Terry Dodson filling in, but there is a certain old school vibe and storytelling which is very, very solid. Like, this is Steve Epting delivers very solid storytelling, and also the way he structures things and the way the drawings feel is just amazing. We will come to this page. And so I wasn't convinced if I should include him or not, but it's covers like this and pages like this that are very cool. Again, I wasn't appreciative of these drawings. I kind of thought it was not as cool as Chris Buckalow and Mark Buckingham and all of that stuff. So, but looking back, and also while I was reading these, I was somehow very intrigued by the storytelling. I mean, this looks like Escape from New York. And there is a certain storytelling sensibility about him that maybe is like in the likes of Mike, Zach, and other old school artists, where they show up and they draw feet and they draw also hands. And Terry Dodson filling in, we will talk about that guy later. So it switches here a bit, but there's a certain storytelling capability, and also some dark grittiness, and the way the figures are portrayed, that just it stands out. I can't really tell it like here, Dodson filling in, but when it's Steve Epting, it's almost always some pretty epic shots. Like this feels like a movie, and this is why I have to present him to you. So stay for the ride, hopefully, and soak up some old school knowledge before it is lost. And it's great stuff. And I will do it out of order because I think the drawings here are even better than this one. Or come on, let's do it in order. But I think someone else is filling in on this issue, so I don't know why, but they are sharing the load. But also, like here, very beautiful drawings. And I have to also note, if you want to see more comics about the Age of Apocalypse, I have reviewed a few, but Comics Bazaar, that's the channel's name. He's reviewing or kind of reading almost every, or I think probably every comic from the Age of Apocalypse. And so you can enjoy it or enjoy more comics there. So where do we start? Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Let's see how long this will be. So Factor X from the Age of Apocalypse. Again, this was my first, and then I bought the second or the first issue a bit later. And let's start at the cover. I mean, this is pretty simple, but a real looker, I would say. Like, you get that beautiful Factor X. This is an Italian issue. I bought it in Italy. This was gifted to me and by a very special person. And at age 11 is where I started reading comics. And just the cover, I mean, I remember myself being young and just studying the anatomy of the beast and the hidden face and the trousers and how Cyclops is just like he's holding him at his kind of pulling him up at his shirt, and then Jean Grey to his feet of Dark Beast, and I mean, I was hooked. And then I started the issue. We start here because this one I know a bit better. And while I was not super impressed by the drawings themselves, like again, Adam Kubert, Chris Bacalo, and who else? Yeah, pretty much those were my favorites, and also Joe Madureira. So this was a bit different, but what was truly amazing was just like the energy of the drawings, and then also like this infinite or a couple of these falling towards us, and just like the energy was just great. And as you can see here, storytelling devices or the way it is drawn, I mean, it was pretty unique. Like, this is a pretty cool motorcycle, and here feet, cool poses. They all look pretty menacing, and I love the blacks. And there was something I couldn't understand why it worked. But today I would say it is a combination of backgrounds, foregrounds. We shouldn't forget Al Milgrom on the inks. Definitely that does also adds to the art. Definitely, like, the inker is very important. And I don't know, I kind of like how Steve Epting tells his stories, because we'll see there are some storytellers like Joe Madureira sometimes, beautiful drawings, but not so much backgrounds. Or we see Andy and Adam Kubert kind of doing beautiful backgrounds and foregrounds. Chris Bacalo also in there. And here it's nothing I can really touch with my fingers, but just the overall readability, the feeling. I would say almost like the dark grittiness, like the realness, like maybe it has something to do with the camera, like with the shots and how the page flows. Because like there's no certain approach. Like it's not like, okay, he's using always the same poses. He seems to understand and feel the story, and then draw whatever it's needed to suit that story and create something really energetic. Like here, some Dark Beast experiment gets blown to pieces by Cyclops from the Age of Apocalypse, and then we get this upshot from above, and then the brother declines, and then he leaves, and we see the hand. And Cyclops kind of thinking about the realm of Apocalypse, about the strong, and they will survive. But he says, what's great about being Omega class mutant, if you're just incarcerating the weak. And yeah, it's almost ashamed. And it's like panels like these that are really beautiful. And beautiful shot here, long shot, then this infinite opens up something, and then Jean Grey comes out, and here fill-in pages by Terry Dodson, I guess, and I feel that Terry Dodson feels a bit stiff at times, so I will skip him. But no stiffness with stiff Epting. I also like. I'm sure not everybody likes this pose of Jean Grey, but I find it really beautiful, like somehow dynamic, very womanly. How the infinite lays there, and this is I think what makes stiff Epting really great is that he doesn't skimp on the backgrounds, but he doesn't overcomplicate it. I think he keeps it economically. But there's always like he's having fun with the visuals and the storytelling. He's always surprising. Like it's always something beautiful. As you can see, like did you see this coming? That this panel would come? Like I mean, we have a panel here where she's walking into the realm of abyss, and then she sees a blown up laboratory, and then she reminds the past, then she looks to the side, and then from behind we see something approaching. And let's see what happens now. And yeah, she hits this thing with her blast, telekinetic blast, and then we see a boot, and then look at this. I mean, did you see this coming? I mean, look at this. Did you see that something like this would come? And like just the pose, the energy, it is beautiful. I mean, it's just so like very, very like Alex Summers standing here, and she's blown forward, and then he grabs her, and I mean, look at this, like beautiful side angles, and then a top shot, and then Terry Dodson fills in. I will skip these. I find them very, very like they're good, but they're lacking something. But yeah, he's the fill-in artist. I mean, like maybe he was under a lot of pressure, and then we resume back, and then look at this. Like this is just a beautiful page. Look. I mean, this is just this is a beautiful camera angle where we're watching Scott Summers, but the focus is not on Scott Summers. The focus is on the reaction of Scott Summers, of his mouth, and of the reaction of Alex Summers, which in this case is about to betray his own brother and take over the power. And I don't know if the script says, okay, we see this and that, but I think you gotta give credit to the artist. And then we get the shot here, we zoom out, Jean Grey's captured. In the background we see Scott and Alex, and in the front Dark Beast. And then we get some shots of, how do you say, action, reaction, something like this. And well, I mean, it's in Italian. Even if you can't read what the text bubbles are saying, and I'm sure maybe you can't, but it's readable. The pictures already tell you, like, this guy cares. You know what I mean? Like, the pictures already are giving us away, and I don't know who this is, if this is Steve Epting or Terry Dodson. I assume it's Terry Dodson, but then we're back to Steve Epting, and look at this. I mean, it's the beautiful grittiness. Maybe this is my thumbnail for the picture. It's just beautiful, and it's not all perfect. Like, it's not that I find it like one of the best drawing, but just the energy and the craftsmanship. I mean, I like that we can see boots, that we can see perspective lines, that we get a close shot on his face. And yeah, just the storytelling, it works. And then we get this eye here. It's just a beautiful page, and it is, you can't forget that drawing comics is not just about drawing pretty pictures, because I feel I'm more drawn, or I'm always reminded of the comics that feel like stories instead of just pretty pictures. And this feels like a very suspenseful movie. Again, who writes here? Because like the writing is also very good. John Francis Moore story, like really good story, but also very good execution of the story. And Scott Summers is here about to be betrayed by Cannonball and his fictional sister here in this reality of the Age of Apocalypse. And then Scott Summer just gives a sign, and Cannonball strikes him. And again, like beautiful, this how Scott Summers, like how the body gets contorted. We see hands, we see legs, basic stuff. I mean, basic understanding, but also very dynamic. And then Scott's trying to get up, and he gets then slammed by this huge woman who can transform her her mass. And this is a beautiful page. Like just how this works and how the space is used. I mean, you have guiding the eye line here, but also, as you can see, the characters are standing in three-dimensional, how do I say, boxes, and this boxiness really helps the illusion of space on the page, because the page is just a flat surface, but the inking, the positioning, the execution of the drawings, like just beautiful. And we see a bit of the background, we have a bit of the rendering, as you can see, pouches, arms, gloves, leather, boots, and this power pose of Scott. He's finally become the man, the boss. He's only had to sacrifice his brother. And then also beautiful poses, like they're walking and they're not looking all forward. Like he's looking kind of to his sister, he's looking away, and just beautiful storytelling and some old school vibes here. We'll see. Let's wrap up this comic and let's take a look at another comic. I like when they're running. I mean, not that other artists are not drawing running poses, but Steve Epting kind of like, it feels like there's so much space on the page. I mean, he really uses it and tells a really good story on it. And again, great cover here. Love it. This could also be a beautiful thumbnail. And yeah, just it has something like really boldness, beauty, as you can see here. We come down here, we go back here. Just some really old school chops. And if I had a time to study artists, I definitely would study this artist, because he kind of combines a great perspective. He draws the backgrounds, he draws the foregrounds. He is always in service of the story. You can follow like really good. It's not distracting. You got Dark Beast, Alex Summers. You got the Brothers Mayhem. Then here, there's Trouble. And as you can see, like everything reads really easily. And then this is a beautiful shot. Like here, a panel. They are evacuating or trying to kill everybody in this prison because it's become useless, and just beautiful, like the atmosphere here, like an escape from New York with Kurt Russell. And I love the close-ups, and yeah, what can I say more? Beautiful stuff. Real old school vibe. I love it. And yeah, sometimes Terry Dodson fills in. I don't feel this guy that much, but every time Steve Epting comes, just beautiful storytelling. I love the poses. I love what he does. Like, it's always something fresh. Like here, they enter something, then we see something's not working. These brains are suppressing their mutant powers, but Jean Grey fights on. And then she persists through the pain as Wolverine taught her. And then beautiful panel. Like really, like there is no, he's not a one-trick pony like maybe other artists. He's a real storyteller. And I like from time to time seeing just big, beautiful poses. I don't know, it just makes me happy. I don't know, it satisfies me. I mean, can't really tell you what's the magic here. I didn't feel the same way when I started reading this when I was younger, but right now it's just amazing. And here the brothers then get to fight. We get a bit of the background. We know they're fighting somewhere in that prison, and they're matching, like their powers are kind of equally matching. And in the end, it's not even the powers. I mean, Scott Summers just gives him a big, beautiful fist in Scott Summers' betraying face in this reality, and it's just beautiful. I mean, check this out. And I can go on and on. And I think also I'm pretty sure I've seen other Steve Epting art. But in the Age of Apocalypse, I think every artist and every writer involved was just hyped by the story. I think they knew it was something special. They could play with something else. I don't say that it's the best story ever made, but it had definitely its gravitas, because like it was. The stakes were very high, and that's a beautiful thing. So I don't know if you want to see the second. I think it's enough, but just to show you a certain centerpieces, like Steve Epting with his old school vibe. And as you can see here, we go here, then we come here, then it's a great bike, and we go down here, and this pose is really good. Like, look at this, and then a guy in the front, and yeah. I mean, Steve Epting in this comic, like, really great. I think another guy fills in here too. Let me see. It's Steve Epting and just Steve Epting. Okay. But it felt like maybe someone was filling in here and there. But beautiful drawing. Again, it has its certain old school feel, but there's just something about it that is just purely and truly magical. Like the storytelling up here, and then here the people, and then they're fighting the mutants. And yeah, when I have the time, I will study this. I will maybe copy. Not copy, like swipe something, but learn certain things, or check out, okay, maybe I can do more upshots, maybe, yeah, we'll see. Just soak up this wisdom. But yeah, it's great art, and it's also very sensible. Like here, like just the beauty, the beauty of the art. Like here, that this is a singer, and humans and mutants in this reality cannot be seen together. And Havok has an affair with the singer, and he's a prime hypocrite. Like, he's enforcing Apocalypse's laws in this reality, and he's the first one to, kind of betrayed him. He's a prime opportunist. That's what you say. And again, I can show you some of the art. Maybe you disagree, but like, I find it really beautiful. And here, Steve Epting, someone else? No. But again, beautiful drawings. I will just browse through and wrap up this video. Maybe you see something that you like. Man, I like this. Like, just the standing poses. Look at this. Like, how many times do you see people just standing around and looking awesome? And I mean, not just a superhero pose, a Jim Lee. Like, these people are doing something. Like, they are interrogating this girl, Polaris, or they're just standing there. They're doing business. And an upshot. Yeah, maybe he has his things, and then beautiful stuff. I like also this. We see. Well, he's not a one-trick pony. He does it all. He does. I guess he goes with the flow of the story. Like, we see here, they're standing somewhere. They're waiting. Then he has his own henchman, and then Angel Warren shows up, and they talk. And big stuff, great stuff. And let me wrap this up. And I hope you enjoyed it. I've not seen many things on Steve Epting on YouTube. So, Steve Epting, thank you. If you could give on your knowledge, I would take it. I would take a class with you and extract that knowledge to do something with it, to use it to create new comics for the new generation. So we see us till the next video. See ya.